East Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
Good evening, folks. Jeremy Peoples, Jeremy Titsworth here at Chester Roy Stadium in Overton, Texas, as the Overton Mustangs host the Sims Bowie Pirates in a non-district matchup here in Week 3. Our second week in a row here at Overton. We were here at the Carlisle and Overton matchup last week. That was a good game. One of the better games of the week, in my opinion. And one of the best 2A games going on that night and all week last week. Week 1 of the season, Overton had a big win, 45-0 over Alba Golden. And then going into week 2, they fell to a Carlisle team that's turning some heads this year by a score of 17-7. And really was a good competitive game.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think let that 17-7 kind of discourage you, though, but it was a lot closer than 17-7, I'll tell you that much.
It really was, yeah. So, all right, and so the James Bowie Pirates come in with an 0-2 matchup. You got a little bit of information about those guys, huh, Jeremy?
I do. In Week 1, they lost to Bowles 37-12. In Week 2, they also lost to the Hawkins Hawks 39-8. I don't have much on stats for those two games, but quick math, that's looking at an average of being outscored 38-10.
So Sims Bowie looking to get something going here for the season. You're trying to get all the kinks and wrinkles out as you get ready to go into district play, and same for Overton. Overton comes from a really tough district, with the teams like Lovelady and some of those teams. So again, this is why you have these pre-district matchups, right? It's to continue to work things out and those type of things. Got some stats for Overton that we'll go ahead and go over. Ryan Holloman, so far this season through 2 weeks, he's got 23 completions of 47 attempts for 245 yards and 4 touchdowns. Russian, he's got 17 carries for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. Justin Ware, they call him Boots, 3 carries for 45 yards. Jackson Furlow, 8 carries for 52 yards. Gay Miller, 20 carries for 194 yards. He leads the pack for the Overton Mustangs. Receiving-wise, and they're a team that likes to throw.
Yep.
Ivan Ransom, 73 yards on 8 receptions. Jacob Osborne, 149 yards on 8 receptions. He leads the pack there for the Mustangs in receptions. Brody Brown, 2 receptions for 9 yards. Justin Ware, 4 receptions for 8 yards. And then Hawkins, 1 reception for 8 yards. So total yards-wise, Ryan Holloman's got 195 yards. Osborne's got 74.5. Gay Miller, or his yards per game, rather. Again, and all these stats I want to mention are credit to E.T. Blitz. Mitch Lucas and his team over there does a great job in covering a lot of schools outside this Henderson area. And so great job by those guys. I appreciate them posting the stats and us getting to look at them a little bit. So I'm excited for a good matchup tonight. Did this game last year, big Overton win last year up in Sims, Texas. Let's just say I'm glad it's here, a little bit closer drive than going to Sims. Goodness gracious. But, so Sims Bowie, they're in yellow pants, white jerseys, and royal blue numbers outlined in yellow. And here come the Mustangs. They're in white pants, green jerseys, white numbers and letters outlined in black with those new nice sharp helmets. They have those white helmets with the Mustangs on the side. So thanks so much for tuning in. Chat with us. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from. If you're an Overton fan, or maybe you're a Sims Bowie fan, or maybe you're just a good East Texas football fan, chat. Let us know. Share this link. It's free. We want folks to tune in, so Jeremy and I aren't talking to ourselves here. So if you haven't yet, push that subscribe button and then wait a couple of minutes, and you'll be able to chat. So we'll really appreciate that. Talk with us. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know how you're doing and who you're cheering for again. So internet's not super great out here, so if we have some glitches and stuff,
bear with us.
So, hey, we're going to go to the field for the national anthem.
Remain standing for our national anthem. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this wonderful opportunity you give us today. I thank you for this wonderful weather you provided for us, and I just pray that you keep everybody safe and have a great game. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right, folks. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of internet issue.
I think we got it worked out, though.
I think we got it worked out. So, all right. So here we go. Miss who the captain's in the coin toss because we were trying to figure out this internet deal. We'll let you know in just a second.
I think Overton won the toss, if I heard correctly, but I don't know about anything else, about which ends they chose. Nope, I was wrong. Or maybe they won and deferred.
All right, so here we go, folks. Sims, Bowie, the Pirates are receiving to start things off here.
We didn't even get to talk about their walkthrough, man.
Dude,
that was a massive pirate.
That is a massive pirate.
So big we saw the big mustache blowing in the wind.
Here comes the kick, taken in by number 2 for the Pirates. He
William
goes right,
Kelly.
east and west, gets taken down by a herd of Mustangs. That's what we came up with last week.
There you go.
William Kelly, like you said, was on the return, senior, and so they will start at about their own, about what, 18-yard line-ish?
I'm following the rep, but yeah. Well,
Or they put it on the 20.
20.
25. Oh, okay.
They gave him a little bit of forward progress.
A little bit of forward progress. Now look at the size difference here on the line. Favor Overton. Handoff up the middle. That was number 20 on the carry, Jack Coleman, senior running back for the Pirates.
May have picked up 6 inches on that one.
Yeah, they don't say he went.
I'll give him a yard, though. It's pretty
There you
close.
go. There's not really a benefit to it. All right, folks, welcome back. Again, sorry, we just battling with some internet here, internet issues, so hopefully we'll get it lined. All right, welcome back, folks. Again, sorry, trying to work through the internet issues here.
Hopefully we got it this time. We'll keep at it.
Holding on the carry up the middle, stop for no gain. 4th and 1, ladies and gentlemen.
It's such a pivotal moment right now in the early part of this game. Looks like Sims Bowie's going to go for it here. 4th and 1. Right about close to midfield.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Overton. I think they jumped a little too soon across the line. A little encroachment there.
Mustangs called for the offside. Penalty results in a first down for the Pirates. Ball spotted on the Mustang 48-yard line.
All right, so first and 10. They picked up a couple of yards, about 2. So 2nd and 8 now.
2-yard gain, makes it 2nd and 8.
I think it was Kelly on that carry, too.
He seemed to have kind of done the carried the bulk of it. Handoff goes to left, cuts back, brought down.
Dorsey with a big stop.
So big stop for the Overton defense here. So 3rd and 7.
One-yard gain on the play will make it 3rd and 7.
Chat with us. Let us know you're there. Who you're cheering for.
Me and Jaron don't want to talk to each other all night.
Nope. Handoff to big number 7, the bruiser back, and he gets some, but not enough for the first. They actually only give him a yard. They said his knee was down.
Yeah, I think he's trying to climb up one of his own players in order to get up a few extra yards, but definitely well short of the first down marker. And that was Nate Potter on that carry, number 7.
So 4th and 6. Again, hang with us. If it does cut out for a little bit, it's the internet, and we'll try to get it back as soon as we can. So just hang in there with us.
Trust, we'll be quick on the job.
4th and 6. Fate, he wheels out right. He's going to keep it. He gets enough for the first down. That is Maddox Tyndall, the quarterback, and the Pirates move the chains again.
Maddox Tyndall with a bootleg.
That kid's got some wheels on him, I know that much.
First down.
I think by the time he turned that corner, though, he had already picked up 5-6 yards and then really turned on the Jets.
So 1st and 10 now. They're well in the Overton territory.
Ball now on the Mustang 33-yard line.
Again, we're NETSN, Northeast Texas Sports Network. Call a lot of area high school games. We've got crews in Carlisle tonight doing the St. Augustine Carlisle game. We have a crew doing the Gladewater and West Russ game as well.
There you go.
Handoff, not much of nothing, maybe a yard.
Line of the first man there for the Mustangs. Pirates gain 1 yard. It'll bring 2nd and 9.
And we'll travel with the Mustangs next week as they travel up to Mod to take on the Cardinals.
Should be a pretty good contest in that one, too.
Yeah, excited. Haven't been in that stadium.
I don't think I've ever called a game there either.
Yeah, I think it had gotten messed up by some weather back several years ago, and they rebuilt it. All right, it's a fake. He wheels out right. He throws. He makes the catch.
What an
impressive grab. Again, that was Nate Potter.
Number 7, Nate Potter.
And so they move the chains again.
Tell you what, that's been a little bit impressive by this Sims team is the mix of run and pass so far in this early drive.
Well, they do the little play action stuff. That's kind of what they seem to be kind of setting up.
Kind of lull you to sleep with that short 3-4 yard gains.
.254 left in the first quarter. This game's just humming by.
Well, when you got a running team.
Yeah. Hand off to the left side.
Hand off to number 2.
All right, welcome back, folks.
Again. We told you we'd be on it quick if something happened again.
So big fourth down here. Fourth and about, what, 6?
Looks like Sims going to call a timeout on that
All
one.
right, so Sims is going to call a timeout. We're going to keep it here, though, since we're kind of working through some tech stuff here.
Fine with that. Gives us an opportunity to work through a few things. I will say this is a very long drive for this Sims Bowie team to start this game. I mean, I can't really see how much time is left. Should be about less than
32 seconds.
Yeah. So this entire first quarter has been nothing but Sims Bowie, and they're on play number. That's insane, man. What a way to start a game, though. But if you come away with nothing here, then it's all for naught. So this definitely is a huge fourth down right here, truthfully. Go disappear.
Mustangs will take over on downs. First and 10.
All right, welcome back, folks. Mustangs take over on downs. It's a big stop there for the Overton defense. Again, sorry about the internet issues.
Oh, pass was incomplete there by Holloman. Trying to hit a receiver deep. Justin Weir out.
They call him Boots. Pass was intended for him. Chat with us. Again, I know it's kind of been a little rocky with the internet to start, so chat with us. Let us know who you're cheering for. Got 18 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Holloman takes a snap, pitches over to Weir, gets some space on the right end, gets up just shy of the 30, so pick up a yard or so.
You know, I think that's been the biggest difference we've seen so far from this Overton team. If they can get the run game going, man, it really does help a team out, because you saw that week 1 against Alba Golden. They had a ton of rushing yards. And last week kind of fell off a little bit against Carlisle. And same so far here early part of the game here.
All right, so at the end of quarter number 1, we're tied up 0-0. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
All right, welcome back, folks. Still Overton ball, third down.
Junior,
Say third and 9.
Junior, Brooklyn Walton. Junior, Lily Blake. Sophomore, Sadie Paulman. Sophomore,
Again,
Riley
thanks so
Finley.
much for being patient with us as we're
Sophomore,
working through the
Sophia
internet.
Shadai.
So.
Freshman,
All right, so big third down here for the Overton offense. Hallman takes a snap. Will screen pass number 8. He's still on his feet. He's got room. Crosses the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Mustangs! Jacob Osborne on the reception.
.71-yard touchdown scamper for Osborne.
That's what I had, too. Good job on that.
71-yard pitch and catch.
I was busy writing. My bad. I should have called it sooner. Not bad for a third down play on that.
Not at all. PAT is up, and it is good. So quickly to start the second quarter, Overton put 7 on the board. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
All right, welcome back, folks. We are in the second quarter.
There we go. Yeah, that first quarter kind of flew by.
So fast, I forgot to change it on our scoreboard.
I mean, in all fairness, we had one team that had an 18-play drive, so how many times have you seen that?
And then came away with no scores.
Yeah.
No points, right? And then Overton gets it and
3 plays.
3 plays. So Jackson Furlow here to kick it. Back to the Pirates to see if they can get something on the board here. Hey, beautiful sunset out here at Chester Roy Stadium.
Almost like a Bob Ross painting.
Big time kick. Taken in by number 3. Tries to go a little east-west, and he's brought down hard.
Quickly.
That's number 9 that started the commotion, Levi Allred. And he got cleaned up by some other Overton Mustangs. And so the Pirates will start with the ball on their own 25. That was Jansen Burt on the return there for the Pirates.
You know, we talk about the 18-play drive, though, but Overton had him stopped for a 4th down. But that encroachment penalty kept the drive alive.
All right, so here we go. 1st and 10. Handoff up the left side. Pickup of a couple.
Easy.
You know me. I love the tunes. If we're not having fun, we're not doing it right. 2nd and 8.
You get down with the Mustang out there? Got a little bow tie on?
Yeah. 2nd down, 8 to go. All right, Pirates come up to the ball. The Mustangs load the box. It's number 4 on the carry, Cole Gibson. They pick up about a yard. Yeah, let's see where they. Yeah, about 3. Yeah, so 3rd and 5. I will say that the Pirates have used a variety of rushers.
That is their 6th person to run the ball. It's what you call fresh legs.
Yep.
So don't be surprised if you see that play action right here now, though.
3rd down, 5 to go. They haven't been shy to use that, that's for sure.
Now, they've hit a couple of big passes with it, but also, I was going to say, Maddox Sindel also ran for one. Oh.
A handoff up the middle, and it's snuffed out.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah, about a pickup of a yard. So it'll bring up 4th and 4. I want to thank the Hospitality Overton and Superintendent Calhoun and Coach Laymance. And enjoy coming here. Everybody's been great to work with. 4th down and 4 to go.
I would assume being deep in their own side of the field, they're going to punt this, I would think.
Yeah, they do. Look like they haven't got back to punt. You never know with 2A ball, though. Things get a little squirrely. Here comes the snap, and here's the punt. It's a high punt, not a bad one.
Got some air under it.
takes a big Bowie bounce. All right, welcome back. 19-yard pitch and catch there. Hallman back throws just over the head of the intended receiver, number 6, Landon Hill.
Yeah, I was about to say, Hallman's been pretty accurate the last few balls. That one just sailed on him a little bit. I don't think he quite set his feet, kind of throw with his back foot, went high.
So 2nd and 10.
Hallman on the keeper around the right side.
Hallman keeps it. Man, and he lowers his shoulder right through traffic for about a 17-yard carry?
It's about a 20-yard carry.
Oh, okay. That's why you do the counting. So big-time first down for the Mustangs.
Massive, massive play right there.
Little pitch to Weir. Trying to get some space on the outside. Doesn't get there, and so loss of about a yard and a half.
Let's say Boots was trying to turn that corner, just unfortunately couldn't get there.
Justin Weir on the theory.
Again, sorry for the brief interruptions in the broadcast. We try to get it worked out as soon as we can. Just internet issues. I've tried the Starlink. I've tried a couple different cell carriers. It's just a little tough. That's okay.
It's been like a roller coaster tonight.
Ball's loose. Heads up play there by Jackson Furlow.
Number 20, Jack Coleman gets into the Mustang back.
How about the blitzer at the end, though?
Mustangs able to recover.
Yeah, that was insane, though. Jack Coleman there came firing in like his hair was on fire.
So let's bring up 2nd and 17. Or 3rd and 17, rather.
But I would also say with that, too, that was a heads-up play by Holman to hold on to that ball instead of trying to hand it off, because Jack Coleman could have easily took the handoff.
Pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, Holloman tried to float one out there to the far side.
So 4th and long. Having a unique spot here.
Yeah, I'd still say go for it, being on this side of the 50, but that's the 2nd time now he's had Landon Hill out there be open on a little flag route and just couldn't hit him, just overshot him just a little bit.
6:50 left here in the 2nd quarter of play. And they are going for it. Holloman back. His arm was knocked as he came forward with it. He had a couple of guys open, but there's just good penetration there by the Sims Bowie defensive front, so it falls incomplete, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, he had, that's what I was pointing to a while ago. He had Ivan Ransom wide open on an out route, but unfortunately he had a pirate right in his face.
Also had Jackson Furlow here in the flat. Now, it wouldn't have been quite enough for the first down. So the Pirates will take back over. They're on their own about 33-yard line. 6:44 left in the 2nd quarter. Hey, let us know you're there, who you're cheering for. Love for you to chat with us. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. And
chat will open up for you.
Yep. Fake, number 10 keeps it. Wills out. Hits his receiver. Gets some space. He's got some wheels. That's number 3, Jansen Burt. Finally taken down by Ware.
Penalty.
There is a flag.
2 of them, actually.
Okay, yeah, 2.
Down by
I don't know if I'm even going to add that.
number 5, Justin Ware. Touchdown saving.
Would that be a block in the back, you think?
Somewhere
Or a
along
hold.
holding, blocking the back. I think the catch completed will count. Just depends on when it happened.
Here comes the call from the white hat. Well, never mind. He turns back. Well, he started to signal, then he's turned around. Okay.
I think he's making sure they were both on the same page.
Yeah. It is definitely coming against the Pirates.
So it was originally about a. What are we doing, guys? They're about as confused as all get out.
Okay, now they're going back this way. Oh, now they're going back this way.
Because I don't think he was originally marking it from the right spot. That was the problem.
Okay, yeah.
So it was about a 17-yard pass and catch. And then, of course, with the penalty, it wipes away about 10 yards of that. So essentially, it's only about a 7-yard play.
Well, it was more than that yards after catch.
It was,
right,
but
yeah.
where the penalty happened, it comes back to that's where the play was, and then it marks it back. That's what he was having trouble marking.
It's going to be like 1st and 1, which is interesting. You don't see that every day.
No.
And they're actually tackled for a loss here, about half a yard. So we'll say 2nd and 2. Good job, Overton defense. Well, they say 1 here in the PA, so we'll go with them.
Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
6:05 left in the first half. You know, it's a big pickup there for the Pirates, but because of I think it was a block in the back. He didn't ever finish his signal.
No, he didn't. They were all over. They were scatterbrained on that entire marking as well. So it was a block in the back, though.
Handoff. Ooh.
What a hit. He tattooed him on that.
Potter with that, and that was number 4. Kason Hawkins brick walled it.
Jeez. Came down the line, worked his way down.
Yeah, right. All right, welcome back, folks.
Didn't miss much. Illegal chop block on that one.
So illegal chop block against the Pirates.
Yes, sir. Handoff there to in there on the tackle. Boots in there on the tackle.
3:43 remaining in the half.
All right, welcome back. Sorry again, folks. So we get to halftime. We'll look at some other options here. So 3:43 left in the first half. It's Overton football. Holloman's got it, crosses the 50 and the 40. So it definitely picks up a first down and more.
First down.
And now in Pirate territory. 3:36 left in the first half.
I'd say keep running it. Take this on into halftime, get you another score. Coleman under tremendous pressure there again.
Coleman under pressure, throws it away.
By Jack Coleman.
All right, so 2nd and 10.
There's Gabe.
Great screen for Mustangs. Touchdown.
Gabe Miller put 6 on the board.
Miller, untouched, goes 40 yards for the TD.
It's a big scamper there for Miller.
No, he was untouched right up the middle. As soon as he handed off, it just parted like the Red Seas right in the middle, and he was gone.
So Furlow here to kick the PAT. Snap, kick. Up, and it is good. So 2-score lead here for the Mustangs with 3:22 left in the first half. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
All right, welcome back, folks. Getting big scamper there for Gabe Miller.
You know, I waited all last game to see Gabe Miller do that, and Carlisle had him bottom up. That's what I was wondering if today, if he was going to be bottled up again or if he might be let loose. And 40-yard scamper, that's pretty good.
Pretty good. That's Miller's third rushing touchdown of the season.
It was a booming kick there. Returned by William Kelly.
Brings that to about the 34-yard line.
It's your best starting field position so far.
So the Pirates will start at their own 33-yard line.
You know, minus that first drive that went all the way down the field. Of course, they came away with nothing, but this Overton defense has stepped up the last 3 drives for Sims, or last 2 drives.
Carries bottled up. 3:12 left in the first half. All right, welcome back, folks. Again, sorry, we're working through it.
You've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain. Contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
All right, welcome back, folks. Just hang with us during halftime. We're going to try to regroup and check on some other options internet-wise and see what we can do to make sure the second half is a smooth one for you. Again, very much apologize. We love bringing small school ball, but sometimes it's hard with some internet and stuff, so it's snuffed out for maybe a yard.
I want to say that was Potter on the carry there. And looked like Boots in there on the tackle, too. I feel like if you're the Overton defense right now, just keep what you're doing what you're doing these last few drives, possessions here. And if you're Sims, might sneak in a couple passes here. Oh,
big carry here.
Number 2, William Kelly on the carry.
Of course, William Kelly then makes me a liar.
But not quite enough for the first down.
Not quite.
So it'll be 4th and short.
Stop just short of the line to gain. Brings up a 4th down and short for the Pirates.
Looks like Overton called timeout on this one. I will tell you this, Jaron, I love bringing these small town school to life with some of these broadcasts. And like you mentioned earlier, man, it's tough to get internet in some of these places. It is tough, much less cell service.
And last week when we did the game here, we used this Verizon hotspot, and it worked okay and for the most part. But it's
been a roller coaster this week.
Been a roller coaster this week.
Look, we even tried Starlink, tried everything, man.
Yeah,
we'll try some different things.
Pulled out all the stops. So 4th and very short.
It's pretty close,
yeah,
but I think he might have got it. That second effort kind of.
Yeah. A last-minute lunge there.
Gonna be close.
I will say kudos to that Overton front line, though. Still.
All right, here we go. No catch, they say.
Pass intended to Weir.
Weir caught it on the shoestrings there.
Caught it off his boots.
Off his boots, caught it off his boots. 3rd and 9.
Just over 1 minute remaining in the half.
Just a little over a minute left in the first half.
Medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
All right, so that was a big pitch and catch there to Jackson Furlow, who put 6 on the board. Again, sorry. We're going to try to really work on some stuff at halftime here.
Figure something out. I got faith in this. Fair catch there.
Kendall calls for the fair catch. 40 seconds remaining. Pirates will have it 1st and 10.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
All right, here we go. So 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Looking to get something on the board before halftime.
Yeah, their own 30. And if you're Overton's defense right now, keep it rolling. You're pitching a shutout.
Yeah. The handoff is snuffed.
I believe that was Potter on the carry.
Pickup of a yard.
And that was Casey Hawkins in there, first one. And then a herd of Mustangs there too.
Met by a host of Mustangs. Short game.
It's not a host, it's a herd.
It's a herd. Second and 9. And we'll take it to the half. So
There it is.
and we'll take it there so we can play IT guys and see what we can do here. So at the half, the Mustangs lead the Pirates by a score of 20-0. We will try to bring the bands the best we can here as we're working on the internet here, but we'll be right back here on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
Kicking things off, let's give it up for our amazing pirate majorettes and color guard performing to the rock anthem, Crazy Train. Majors, Sabrina Hawkins and Peyton Pilgrim. Get ready for the next part of their 2025 show, Metal Strike, featuring Anvil Anthem and 4. Put your hands together one more time for the blue and gold, the pride of Tim, Texas, James Bowie Pirate Marching Band. Go Pirates!
Hey,
There we go.
welcome back. Hope you enjoyed it. And, folks, I hope we have the internet thing figured out. It worked okay during most of halftime as I'm knocking on wood right now.
There's a silver Ford F-150.
So just under 2 minutes left in the halftime break here. And really, you know, if you're Sims Bowie, you've gained some yards on offense, particularly on a couple of the drives, but just could not capitalize really much past around, the 30, 25. Couldn't really get into the red zone.
Except for the first drive of the game.
Except for the first drive, that ended up stalling out. If you're Overton, you're doing pretty good on offense. You know, your efficiency's been pretty good, especially as the half went on, I think.
I agree.
So
I think it was definitely a back and forth on offense. They had a lot of things working for Overton. Truthfully, run game obviously came through and paid dividends. 2 massive rushing touchdowns, one for 40 yards, Gabe Miller, the other one for 37. And that was from Jackson Furlow on that one. But I think the biggest thing is just being well-balanced in offense. But kudos to this Overton defense have been, this entire evening, bend but don't break.
Yeah, right.
And when they needed stops, they've made stops. But that's the story of this whole first half. It's going to easily be a tie ball game, truthfully.
Absolutely. So you see some scores kind of coming across the top of your screen there. Wascom up 14-13 over Shelbyville there at half. Carlisle 21-8 over St. Augustine at the half. Gladewater over West Rusk 8-0 at the half, a low-scoring game there. We have a crew at both those last 2 games.
I just saw on the screen there was that giant pirate we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
There comes the Mustangs.
And here they come.
Which they'll receive the second half kickoff, so that's perfect for them. Being up by 20.
Yeah, it can kind of not get too crazy, right?
No, and I think you can dictate how the second half's going to happen. Getting that first possession out there, you can either, try to run the ball, establish what you're going to do, run some clock. I mean, you're up by 20, so that's a big deal. But you also don't want to get complacent, and then your offense stalls out over and over and over again because you've decided to run clock rather than run your offense how you have.
All right, so Overton, as you mentioned, will receive to start the half. You'll have Gabe Miller and I believe Jacob Osborne. That's it. Back to receive.
Some last-second words from Coach out there.
Again, a good 3-score lead here for Overton. 20-0, but still a lot of ball game left.
I'd say so, and I mean, this Sims Bowie's team has showed flashes, so if you're Overton, don't come out here and, try to do too much because you'll find yourself in a tight ball game if you do.
And control the clock.
Yes.
Right?
You have the lead for the reason. Go ahead and work it.
So kind of a pooch kick there. It's taken in at the 40. Good ball control and ball security there. Not much on the return, but good field position either way. That was Jackson Furlow on the return, and so they'll start at their own about the 43, 44.
Give or take, yeah.
That's where the Mustangs will start the second half. 1st and 10.
It'd be good to see a heavy dose of Gabe Miller here.
I'd agree, but I would not go away from the quick screens to Osborne on the outside, though.
Snap back. End off to Ware. He's tackled, for initial contact.
Jeez.
Well, in the backfield, but he gets some dirty yards and pushes through. Picks up a couple. What a run there. Just a good, tough run. Again, not one that's going to pop on the stat sheet, but when initial contact was, in the backfield, I mean, you got to be happy with those positive yards there.
Yeah, it could have easily been a 2 or 3 yard loss, but Boots kept his boots a turning.
Yeah, he did. I see what you did there. 2nd and 8. 11-20. Again, thanks so much for being patient, folks. Chat with us. Let us know you're there. See Coach Butler from ARP checking in. Hand off to Gabe Miller. Picks up about a yard.
Gabriel Miller this time, up the middle.
Yeah, that hole in the middle didn't split open like it did last time Gabe touched the ball. It's only his second carry, but he had some room to the outside. Just couldn't break that initial tackle there.
Makes it 3rd and 7 for the Mustangs.
So 3rd and 7 for Overton.
Somebody's got some popcorn. I smell the butter. Sorry, but Fat Boy showing up.
That's right. All right, so 3rd and 7.
That was a great pass there by Hallman. Just very fortunate. Ransom couldn't come up with it. Went right through his hands. Let's see what the play call is here. Being right near the 50. Let's see what they decide to do. Not a bad choice. Go ahead and punt it away. Flip the field. What a punt.
With the punt.
I want to say that was Kelly on the return there, and he had nowhere to go. It was such a high sky ball that the punt coverage team was already there by the time he caught it.
William Kelly fields it, no return. Pirates will have a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Coleman on the carry. Driven down by 30, Gabe Miller.
Picked up a few. Taken down by Gabe Miller on that one.
Gain of 5 on the play brings up the 2nd and 5 for the Pirates.
I will say this about Sims, though. They are not panicking, though. They're sticking with their offense. With this run game they usually like to do. What a stop there by Ethan Oates. He was waiting in the hole there. I'll tell you right now, Potter thought he had something around the outside, but Oates said there, come here, bear hug you, bring you down.
Third and 3 for the Pirates.
Third down here, early on for Sims Blue. Gabe Miller with the takedown. Looked like they handed off to Kelly right back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing else there.
No gain on the play, brings up the 4th down for the Pirates.
Surely they would punt from here. A lot of games still left. It's a nice punt. It's going to take a nice Sims roll here. Then over to the takeover at about the 38. And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
All right, folks, I thought we were doing good. Here we go, handoff to Weir. Still on his feet, crosses the 15 to 10. He's in for a touchdown.
With 39, that was a little pass to the flat out there to Weir. And Boots just took it to the house.
Officially a 39-yard pitch and catch. Holloman to Weir.
The way it seemed, man, we were in the clear, had high hopes.
Yeah, I mean, most of halftime it worked fine. And so, hey, I just got a crazy update as Furlow comes to kick the PAT.
Okay.
Lights went out in Carlisle again. Kick is up. And it is good.
It's not the lights in Georgia, it's the lights in Carlisle.
Yeah, so, all right. So, big lead here for Overton. They're up 27-0. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
All right, welcome back, folks. Appreciate you guys being patient. Again, it's been a rough one internet-wise, but a good one for the Mustangs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in all fairness, this is not how we anticipated calling a game on Thursday night either. So.
Yeah. Usually, we pride ourselves in getting things to work.
And having
That's
a
how
great
we roll,
broadcast.
and having a great broadcast. And, you know, we usually have a plan A, B, C, D, and E. And
I think we've been all the way to Z, though, by
I've been
now.
all the Z a couple of times. Big shot here by Furlow.
William Kelly takes the kick.
Gets out to about 34 on that one.
So that's where the Pirates will start. .6:57 left in the third quarter of play here.
Their other Mustangs to the tackle. Pirates will have a first and 10 on their own 34-yard line.
So first and 10 from the 34. So next week, the Mustangs will travel to Mod, where hopefully
Might have some
we'll
better
have
luck
better
than mine.
internet. Handoff. It's number 7 on the carry. That's
I think it's Potter.
Potter, I believe. And
Yeah, he almost had that ball ripped out. There were several Mustangs that were punching at it, grabbing at it. He was lucky it didn't pop out there because there were 3 Mustangs waiting for that fumble.
7 on the play.
But kudos to Potter, held on, gain of 7 there.
Make it
second and 3. All right, second down, 3 yards to go for the Pirates. We'll hand off again. Oh, a little counter, and that's enough for the first down. That was number 22 on the carry. Trigger Crocker. I believe that was him, right?
Yeah, it was 22. Yep.
Moves the ball out to the
And so that's enough
48-yard
for a
line.
Pirate first down.
It's the yellow threw you off, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I almost said the same thing earlier. I was like, wait a second. They aren't the Tigers.
They're not. And they're not even purple. It's blue and yellow.
It's just the bright yellow helmet, the yellow pants.
They're tied up with West Russ and Gladewater 8-8.
Oh, wow. I figured that'd be a good ball game.
Handoff. Number 4 on the carry. Takedown, though, by Osborne.
Number 4, Gibson.
Cole Gibson on that one.
Gibson on the big carry.
By number 8.
So second
The
and
Mustangs.
8, or 2.
Gain of 8 on the carry.
But, you know, this is what we talked about earlier with this Overton defense. That entire first half was a bend but don't break. They come away with some big stops in that first half. So, if you can keep your will about you right here and then control that line of scrimmage, because you know they're going to run the ball. You know, I mean, they're not getting away from that.
And this is about the period of the field. Excuse me.
Where they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
Yep. Just like that right there. That was a
Ball's
nice
loose.
stop.
I think they're going to say it was
calling
down.
Yep. I believe that was Espinoza, the first one to hit him there as he crossed the line.
And didn't get quite enough for it. So got 1 yard, so 3rd and 1.
But like you said, though, this area of the field, though, this is they've got 2 downs, they believe, in their back pocket here to pick up this 1 yard.
A shout out to our boy Calvin on the camera, doing a good job.
Nice zoom ins.
Handoff, I don't know.
I mean, I think they're going to give him forward progress, but it's pretty close. Boots hit him right in the hole, too, and so did 54. I haven't called his name too much.
First down.
Braden Tinsley on that one.
They are going to move the chain, so 1st down for the Pirates.
Just enough to pick it up.
Just enough for the 1st down.
Sorry, I was feeling a little baseball-esque there. Almost said just a bit outside.
Just a bit. How about the Rangers, man?
Man, they're on a roll
Man, I'm
right
too
now.
excited to look, though. It's like...
I just want to keep up with it a little bit and then not jinx them.
Yeah, I know. Handoff. Twist and spin, but brought down. It's number 7 on the carry. Potter.
Yeah, I think he picked up a couple on that one.
Wrapped up by Hawkins.
Hopkins brought him down.
Gain of 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 7.
I'll tell you what, Hawkins been all over the field. That kid is making some tackles left and right.
Yeah, he is. Tomorrow I'll be traveling and give the Big Sandy Lone Oak broadcast.
It's going to be a nice field out there, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. They have a nice gym, too. Handoff number 4. That's Gibson, right?
Yep, Cole Gibson.
Gibson with the carry this time.
Picks up 2.
Yeah, last time I was out there, they hadn't quite finished that Lone Oak field, and now it's a beautiful facility.
Hits a couple. Brings up 3rd and 5 for the Pirates.
So I'm kind of jealous, man. You get to go out there to a new facility.
We got Jeremy Diamond working with me tomorrow.
You can't get away from us Jeremys. That's all right.
And Josh Jared checking in on us, saying, looking good, fellas, man. It wasn't for a while. Don't jinx us, Josh. Josh is part of our crew that covers White House. Handoff. They're going to give him some forward progress.
Yeah, I think so, too. But that was a herd of Mustangs there. Had Boots, had Gabe Miller, and also Brody Brown was there, too.
Brings up 4th and 5. And Jared, Josh Jared, who chiming in, was actually roommates with Josh Furlow, who's an offensive coordinator here at Overton.
There you go. To what a small world, huh?
I know. Josh did some Overton games with me last year. He's like, hey, I know that guy.
He's like, wait a second. That's a blast from the past right there.
So 4th down.
I feel like you got to throw this one, though.
Oh, we're good. Josh Jarrett's
Fumble.
knocking on wood for us. Fumble, ball's out.
That's Elijah Dorsey with that fumble recovery there.
Elijah Dorsey
Mustangs.
says,
Yeah.
I got it.
He just was there on the ground. He was kind of clogging up that hole in the middle and said, look what I found. Nate Potter couldn't take the handoff cleanly, and Dorsey said, thanks. Christmas came early.
It was fourth down anyway, but hey,
was,
anytime
but-
you force a turnover like that, make you feel good. So 1st and 10 now, ball.
And that fumble recovery will go on the stat sheet,
That's
though.
right. On the 38. A big game tomorrow that Josh and Chris and Brett will all be broadcasting there as White House travels to Chapel Hill. Screen pass to Justin Weir. He's got some move. Oh, look at that move. Gets enough for the first down and a few more.
I didn't think Boots had it in him.
Oh, he had it. He caught it and did a little scamper and a skipper and gets a first down.
That was some great moves out there by Boots.
Kind of had that hurdle jump there.
I know.
Who's the track coach? Sign him up. 1st and 10.
He's ready for hurdles, coach.
Holman back. Throws. Osborne, the intended receiver. Oh, comes back in, but just falls incomplete.
Yeah, he was trying to work back to it, and unfortunately, I think he kind of lost it, and it fell right to the side of him.
2nd and 10 for the Mustangs.
2nd down, 10 to go.
I'm telling you, though, if they want to get a nice screen pass out here to Osborne, this defender is off of him by at least 7 yards.
Well, and he's, if you notice him, he's a little slow getting back. I think he's a little winded. I would be, too, if I had to chase Jacob Osborne around all night.
But, I mean, that's their quarterback, too. That's Maddox Tyndall over there.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So he's had a lot of running tonight.
Holloman, single back set. Keeps it. He's going to run. Look at that little stutter step.
On with the keeper.
Picks up about 4.
Spins off the first man.
So 3rd and 6.
Looking like a young Josh Allen out there with that
Look
run.
at that. He said, I got some twinkle toes here. So 3rd down, 6 to go.
4, maybe 5 on the play.
Hand off to Gay Miller.
Miller up the middle.
Busts through up the middle. Says you can come for the
Jeez.
ride, but you got to hang on. That's enough for a Mustang first down.
He gets enough for a Mustang. First down.
Usually you got to pay admission for rides like that at carnivals. And Gabe said, come on, guys, I got you. We're going to carry you for another 7 here.
Flip the field here.
Timeout called, so we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on the Northeast Texas Sports Network, NETSN. We'll be back.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
Big thanks to CDL Training Academy. They've been a great sponsor for us this year, and happy to have them on board.
Teaching them truckers how to drive.
Hey, we got to have it.
That's true. That is very true.
All right, so here we go. We're getting ready to start the 4th quarter with the Mustangs galloping down the field. See what I did there?
Easy.
Tomorrow I'm calling a Buffalo game. I don't know if I've ever called a Buffalo before.
That was like first time I ever called a Grandview one with the zebras.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun, man.
Now, grape one with the Sandies. Like, that
That's
one's
still
a hard.
different.
That
That's
one's
different.
different.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Because I did the Overton Sandy playoff game last year.
First and 10.
Yep.
All right,
The Pirate 32.
1st and 10. Holloman, design keeper. He's still on his feet, crosses at 25 to 20. Gets up to about the 15. It takes a whole bunch of Pirates to bring him down.
Jeez.
That's enough for a Mustang
15-yard line
first
for
down.
Mustang.
First down. That gets the crowd fired up on that one.
That does. All right, 1st and 10, ball on about the 14. Two receivers on either side, single back. Miller goes out to the flat, throws, hits number 17. Little curl route, still on his feet. It's Brody Brown, cuts back in, doesn't get across. Just shy of the plane.
Down inside the 5.
Man, he is close. So
I like that little screenplay. Just kind of opened up the middle there, and Brody Brown almost did the rest and took it in for 6.
First down.
first and goal on the 2, so the Mustangs knocking on the door of a score. Holloman keeps it, scores it, touchdown, Mustangs. Jackson Furlow here to kick the PAT.
I'm not sure what the stoppage is.
I think getting the right personnel out, so they had to burn the timeout to do it.
That's tough. To burn a timeout on extra point,
Yeah.
it's tough.
All right, so here we go, reset. Furlow ready to kick. Snap, kick, up. It's a good one. 34-0 the score in favor of the Overton Mustangs. We'll be right back on the NETSN. Welcome back, folks and friends. Jeremy Peoples, Jeremy Titsworth here at Chester Roy Stadium in Overton, Texas.
You think they get a T-shirt into this window?
Dude, that would be legit.
That girl's got an arm. I saw her throw it a while ago. She's probably on the softball team.
All right,
But
so
she-
here we go.
She hit somebody up here, sitting right here.
We need to like start taking a sign.
Media-like T-shirts too.
And here comes the kick. It's up. Taken in by number 2 at the 20. Gets a little bit of space, finds a seam, and he's met.
Goodness.
Goodness. Hello, meet brick wall. That was number 7, right? Ty Stedham.
Yeah, and Jaden Fields was there too. 40.
Stedham stood him up.
Sorry.
First and 10. Ball on the 39.
I'll give you that one though. It's been a long night.
Yeah. Internet's finally been working on it a little while, so I'm feeling good. What's that mean?
Run the play clock.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, now he wants to pump it up to 20. There it is. Yeah, you get a 40 because it changed possession. When they're continuous on in that possession, it's 25. But when they just did the kickoff, it's 40.
All right, yeah. So they're still having
Issues over here. Now you can start the clock.
Here we go.
Goodness gracious. Woo! Fun stuff, man.
All right, handoff up the right side. He's still on his feet. That's Potter.
Oh my
Breaks
goodness.
through enough for the first down. Wow, the carry there for Nate Potter. That's like, what, about a 20-yard scamper?
I think they're going to give him 19, though.
19?
Yeah,
All
19
right.
on that one. You knew who that kid looked like on that one? Looked like Cam Scatterbo on that one.
Ooh, Cam Scatterbo. I'm a big Arizona State fan. You know, used to broadcast Cullen Fight from Tatum.
There you go.
And hey, man, Hey, they had that big loss last
Tyler
week.
Scary gets them all the way down to the Mustang 40.
That was a bummer.
I didn't care for Scatterbo when he played Texas, but I want to see him do good for the Giants.
Is he getting any playing time?
A couple carries, not much.
All right, handoff, number 22. You can get some bully yards.
We'll take it.
22 Crocker on the carry.
Trigger Crocker, which is an awesome name, by the way.
Yeah, you better be a
Picks up about
some kind of ball carrier or something, linebacker.
Something. So 2nd and 6.
second.
Hey,
six
chat
on
with
the
us.
Mustang 36
Let us know
yard.
you're there. I know it's been a hard night, but
Is anybody out
if you've stood through this in and out broadcast, then you deserve some chats.
Yeah, you do. Some shout outs.
Shout outs, I'll shout you out for sure. All right, good carry here. Just shy of the first down, so it'll be about 3rd and 1. We'll have several games on the network tomorrow.
Straight up the middle.
I believe we've got Keith will be in
5.
Palestine,
Make it 3rd and 1 for the Pirates.
bringing you some Wildcat.
I'll be watching you guys from my sofa.
Yeah, you get the night off. What'd you do to get that? All right. and
Gotta have
then-
connections.
That's right. I'll be in Lone Oak, Big Sandy and the Lone Oak Buffaloes. Handoff. It's going to be a close one. I think they're saying move it.
Yeah, I think they gave it to him.
Yeah, that's enough for a first down.
I think that was Trigger on that one again.
Now, here's the deal. The Pirates are getting first downs.
They are.
right?
They
I mean,
have
they're
been all
getting
day.
first downs.
All night, should I say.
This is about where that 25, 30-yard line, that's kind of where they start stalling a little bit.
Yeah, they've kind of hurt themselves. I mean, you look at the first play of this, or drive of this game, it was 18 plays and came away with nothing. So they've had a couple of those tonight.
Handoff. Good carry of about 6, maybe 7 yards.
Yeah, I
call
think the
it
toughest thing,
six.
when you run an offense like this, you've got to come away with points when you drive it down the field. You know what I mean? You can't play behind the chains. You got to keep moving forward every single time. And for Sims Bowie, they've had some unfortunate things happen to them.
You know, Tatum's similar. You know, they run that flex bone, so much is on the ground, and you're going to eat up so much clock.
A lot. I mean, they had the ball for almost the entire first quarter. So,
2-back set. Or 3-back set, sorry. He's under center. Handoff. The ball carrier snuffed up, maybe half a yard.
Number 4, Hawkins, there for the tackle.
number 4 Hawkins in on the tackle.
Man,
as you may have heard.
He's
I
had a
told you
big
he's
night,
flying, man.
Dude.
Very short gain on the play.
So 3rd, we're going to still say 4. They didn't really give him a full yard.
I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from that the front of that Overton defense, but they're filling the gaps and doing their job that you're supposed to.
Yep.
They've had plenty of tackles themselves, but Hawkins has been roaming.
A handoff again.
I think that was Boots in the tackle there.
Picks up a yard. Not sure who the ball carrier was. Hard to see on that one. I think that might have been Crocker again.
22 Crocker on the
Yep.
carry. Met at the line of scrimmage.
So 4th and what, 3?
Where?
So you'll be with me next week as we go
4th and 3.
Make a little
to
drive
the home of the
Mod.
Cardinals.
So I was asking, I ain't never been to Mod. Never called from there before.
Mod.
I've seen some of their games, obviously playing
Yeah.
some local teams around East Texas, but never actually been to Mod.
Band's rocking. Here
Yeah,
we
they
go.
are. Fumble.
Fumble. And then, wow, that was crazy. So turnover on downs out of the way.
I don't blame him trying to get up with that. Unfortunately, though, when the ball came out funny from the center's exchange to the quarterback, his knee went down. So it's down right there.
So the Mustang offense will take over with 6 minutes and 12 seconds left in this ball game as they lead 34-0 over the Pirates.
It's a good song.
Yeah. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Single back set. Here we go.
Here we go.
Throw hit number 17. It's Brody Brown, right? Gets it in the middle of the field, and that's enough for a Mustang first down.
Holman connects with Brody Brown.
It's a good call there.
I like that play.
I like not letting up on the pass, though.
Big gain on play.
Oh, yeah.
for
Still
the
mixing a
Mustangs.
few things in.
First down.
You know they're going to run the clock. They're going to run a few times, but I like mixing the pass in still.
Trips close to us. Receiver on the other side. Handoff. Is that Jackson?
Yeah, I think it was Furlough on that one.
Yeah, no,
Jackson Furlough on the carry.
Jackson Furlough on the carry.
I will say what's funny about that, though, is he only gained about a yard or two, and then you saw his offensive line helping him out. There was Ethan Oaks there pushing him.
Little tushy push.
It picked up another 2 or 3 yards.
5 on the play.
2nd and 5.
Maybe 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
Only comes back, looks for a screen pass number 1. Ivan Ransom still on his feet, comes back in. Look at that move. Man, he took a bath and butter. He was hard to bring down.
Passing the flat and turned it into something big.
They had him almost dead to rights right off the catch, and he said, hey, I got some moves for you. So 1st and 10.
Call it a 28-yard gain for a Mustang. First down.
So ball now on
Probably
the
27. Close enough there, guy.
ball on the 34-yard line of the Pirates. Holloman's going to keep it up. Play blown dead. Probably false start.
Holman on the keeper.
Flag on the far side.
Considering it was way out there, must like maybe a receiver left early.
A little flag on the field. False start called against the Mustangs.
I know he's watching the receivers and maybe the line too, but usually when it's thrown way out there, it's a receiver. Got a little jumpy jump.
So 1st and 15. Little pitch to where they have him.
You sure about that?
Oh my goodness! He said, "Let's go, boys."
Deep in the backfield.
I mean, and so it gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a
That
little bit
was-
more, but goodness, it could have been a lot worse. Goodness.
They had him dead to rights, 4 to 5 yards deep, and he did nothing but fight
You
for those
just
4
saw-
to 5 yards to get back.
Man, you just see a dog pile of Pirates just moving.
Kept those boots a churning.
Yeah, he did. His boots were made for churning. All right, 2nd down. Holloman back. Moves out to his right. He's going to try keep it on his own, do a little throw away.
Live to play another down.
Live to play another down. 3rd and 14.
Gets pressure, throws it away. Brings up a 3rd down for the Mustangs. 3rd and about
3rd and
15.
14. Ball's almost to what I call the maroon zone.
Not quite the red.
Not quite the red.
Oh, okay.
Usually around 30 is where I call it maroon. So we're not quite there.
Why not the blue zone?
And that's just totally random on the color wheel, though. That's like totally opposite side.
It is.
I mean, at least give me like an orange, something that, you know. All right, 3rd and long. Holloman, he's going to call his own number. Skis out to the right, still on his feet. His legs are moving and grooving, and so picks up about 7 on it.
Keeper.
So 4th and 7, I think they go here. They might bring out Furlough for a kick.
Maybe. We'll see what happens here.
Picks up about 9 yards on the play.
A pretty good little
4th and 6
kick
for the
there.
Mustangs.
Yeah,
It's a
so
nice
they're
little
gonna go.
scamper from Holloman there.
Yeah.
Ball in the Pirate 29-yard line.
Third number 21 in the flat, but he's brought down quickly. That was Hunter Klima on the reception, but that is a turnover on downs.
Klima, but he stopped short of the sticks.
Klima, sorry.
The Pirates will take over on downs.
.259 left in the ball game.
Still a little bit of time left if you're Sims and like to get a score here. Now, if you're Overton's defense, I'm going to keep pitching that shutout.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to keep those ears pinned back.
That's why I said earlier they've had a bend but don't break mentality today. They've done a great job with it. When they needed the stops, they've come away with them.
First and 10 for the Pirates. Handoff up the middle. Ball's loose.
Look at this line.
They're going to say he's down.
Yep.
That was kind of a 50-50 one, I think. I think we could have.
I mean, it was pretty close because, I mean, it's tough to tell if he was down or not. It was a rugby scrum at that point. Everybody's around, and all of a sudden you see the ball pop out before the pile hits the ground. So if the pile was still up, wouldn't you assume the ball carrier was still up?
Second and 8.
Perhaps.
2:25 left. Handoff. Ball carrier snuffed up by a herd of Mustangs. They say can't pass here. Picks up maybe a yard. Third down, 7 to go. Hey, chat with us in our final minutes here. Hope you've enjoyed the part of the broadcast that has been working.
I wasn't going to go that far with it, but trust me, we were as frustrated as anybody, I can tell you that.
Again, we really pride ourselves on the product we put out, and so when things, even ones that are kind of outside our control, don't work, and it's frustrating, but handoff.
Still
Power
moving the pile
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Pickup of about 3.
Yeah.
More than that.
Yeah.
So we'll bring up fourth down, right? So.
Yeah.
In our defense, the internet mode that we were using for the most of this game worked really nice last week here.
Once we kind of figured it out.
Yeah. And so
that's
what
we
just part
went
of
with.
broadcasting. Been doing this a long time.
It's one of those obstacles, and unfortunately, we had a lot of them tonight in the beginning.
4th and 2.
I think it was either. Did he get that? No way.
With the exchange, fumble on the snap.
Yeah, I thought that looked a little weird, like a fumble. But the thing is, once his knee touches the ground and he's got the ball, he's down, so you can't crawl him there.
Whoa.
They gave him that?
They gave him the first down.
The first down on the fumble.
All right. They apparently fumbled it forward. Okay. All right.
If you're going to fall, do it forward.
I mean, it's true. That is very true.
First and 10. Just 20 seconds left. Hand off to Potter. He is snuffed out.
Quickly.
Pickup of maybe 2. And the clock is ticking.
There was Jaden Fields in there on that tackle. There it is.
And that is it. So we have a final 34-0 in favor of the Mustangs. And so, the first quarter was a little slow. Really, the Pirates really commanded the time of possession in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think they had every bit of it except for 27 seconds.
And then the Mustangs said, "Hey, well, we love to play offense," and so they really controlled the clock and the rest of the game, and really didn't look back. And I think we saw a very varied offensive attack. Once they got rolling, we saw some great things in the air. We saw some great runs. That big 40-yard scamper for Gabe Miller was a good one. And so, again, I think it was a really good game, a good kind of a good game for the Mustangs to kind of continue to work on some things coming off that loss last week and going into to take on a pretty good Mod team next week in Mod. So.
Yeah, I think it was a tale of two games. That game against Carlisle, they learned a lot from that one, but it was definitely a defensive battle. That's why I said that 17-7. Don't watch that score and look at it and say, wow, it was a bigger victory than that, but it really wasn't. I mean, it was maybe a one-score game, truthfully, is what I thought it was, but kudos to Carlisle. They took away the run game for Overton, which that's what I wanted to see today. I want to see Overton get that run game going again, which they did, but they also had some successful passes. We saw some really long passes. We saw the one that went 70-something yards to Osborne right off the bat. That was in 3 plays they scored right after not having the ball literally the whole first quarter.
Well, kudos to both teams. Both played hard, but
yes,
got a good Overton Mustang win here. So that brings him to 2-1 on the season going into a Week 4 matchup again against Mod. So thanks so much for viewing tonight. And again, sorry for some of the internet and buffering issues throughout particularly the first half. But thanks so much for tuning in. And it's been a joy to bring some Mustang football to you tonight. So for Jaron Peoples, Jeremy Titsworth, and our boy Calvin up on the camera, thanks so much for tuning in to NETSN. Have a good night.
Williams fights through the yards, breaks some tackles. Williams still on his feet. Williams breaks another tackle. Here he goes. He's got some blockers. Sam Williams, he ain't going to catch him. Touchdown, God. 59-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 2 for Sam Williams.
Yeah, whoa. They get set early, very quickly here. Play clock down to 3. Dixon gets it off, low snap. Pickram up the middle, and there he goes. Pickram into the secondary. Pickram is going to go. He is gone. Touchdown. Macho steps up in the pocket, and he gets away from one tackler, avoids another tackler, tries to run. He's still on his feet. Camacho still on his feet. He's still running. Camacho, goodness gracious, he's still going. Camacho, is he going to score? Wow. Touchdown. Quick pass. Bork adjusts and intercepted, and he caught it.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
He's going all the way.
Oh, my God. No,
it's Taylor.
Just let him go. Just let him go.
And a pick 6. Kind of stalled him out here. Brisbane got Stewart with a little. Oh, he ran over the defender. The helmet coming off. Holy man. Quarterback Smith. And Smith's in the gun. He's going to go back to pass. Goes out to his left. He's got a man open. It's Bork again. Caught. Bork breaks some tackle. Oh my gosh. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 10. Touchdown, Arp. What? Here we go. 1st and 10. They're going to throw it outside. They're going to double pass here. Going deep. That's Man Scott. What a catch by Man Scott. It's a one-handed grab. He's going to go almost all the way. Just tackle at the 1. Highlight reel right there for Man Scott. Oh, my goodness, Jason.
I don't think you'll see anything like that.
Woo.
That's not an East Texas highlight reel. That's Sports Center right there.
Man, oh, man. What a catch.